I'm not a big fan of one knob plugins, mainly because I think they are kind of gimmicky, especially if some big name producer is talking about how they use it on every mix, and then my YouTube gets blasted with the same annoying ad for the next 3 months. Yeah, I'm looking at you, YouTube. I don't want to buy Motion Array. More control is better, I say, and UJam is a company, I think, that bridges the gap pretty well, with a lot of their finisher plugins that tend to have 4 or 5 knobs, and a lot of nice presets that do particular things. These are still simple to use and give you enough control to shape the sound to fit the mix, especially with a little EQ nudging. So when I saw that Universal Audio had a new free one knob plugin, I didn't think much of it, until I saw a couple of other YouTube personalities doing sound demos. Now, Verve Analog Machines isn't really a one knob plugin. It's a 2-knob plugin, but you only get 1 knob and 4 machines if you download the free version. If you get the paid version, you get 10 total machines and 2 knobs. Or you can try all of them for free for 14 days, which is what I'm doing. First off, I really like the graphics on the user interface. The lo-fi vibe is really well done, and there are some nice little animations when you start to push the levels. You can select your analog machine at the top or scroll through them with the arrows here. That's pretty much it. Nothing really to write home about. Each machine is different, and, like pretty much all one-knob plugins, they appear to be a combination of some secret sauce type of effects, mainly some EQing, compression, limiting, tape wobble, saturation, and distortion. Yep, a typical one-knob plugin with a bonus second knob. But here's where you might want to try out this little gem. It actually sounds really good, like real analog equipment good. First, let's run some drums through several of the machines. Now I'll try a couple of basses. Finally, I've got some synths. As you can hear, the saturation and distortion are really nice sounding, particularly on the drums. VST distortions have always felt rather weak compared to their hardware components, especially if tubes are involved, but these sound rather convincing. Several of the better sounding analog emulation VSTs, like Hyperion for instance, let you dial in EQ with the distortion. And if you incorporate tricks like adding small amounts of random LFOs to different elements, you can get pretty close to that hardware sound. UVI Falcon also has some great emulations, and you can do similar things with drunk and random LFOs. But these take time to set up, and if you want to set them up properly, then you should have some actual hardware with actual valves to compare them to, at which point you might as well just use the hardware. I also really like the tone control on pretty much all the machines. A lot of tone controls just make the patch sound dull or harsh when you turn them, because they're basically just an EQ peak or notch. The tone knob on these is doing a lot more. I feel like each one is a multi-band EQ that has some non-linear sweep to different bands, and also probably some multi-band compression, because each tone control is a little different. Some really add clarity and air to the high end, and some naturally bring out the warmth while dropping the highs. They're not really dull or harsh at all. This is super useful to be able to dial in without having to set up 2 or 3 specific effects in a chain. UA is known for really great hardware and software, and a lot of professionals swear by their gear. I think that Verve Analog Machines is no different, which is why I'm featuring it on this channel. And if you're looking to get that lo-fi vibe and want to sound really authentic, then you might want to check this one out. This is, at the end of the day, a two-knob plugin, but it's one that seems to really model specific analog machines better than pretty much all of my other lo-fi plugins. The price, though, is frankly very high, especially when you get 4 of the machines for free. So essentially, you are getting maybe 20% of the capacity of the plugin for $0, and they want another $200 to unlock the rest. The $99 sale price is a bit more palatable, but it still seems to be on the high side. And there are plenty of other alternatives that are priced lower, but don't sound quite as authentic. So what do you think? Is this one worth picking up? I'm on the fence currently, because it does sound rather nice. The sale price is more than I would like to part with, but I've got 13 more days to think about it. And you can always just get the free version, which I recommend. That's it for this week. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the other side of the mountain.
Oh, no, nothing of the sort.